Today I'm going to address common Forex misconceptions. Maybe you've been researching Forex, you stumbled across it on YouTube, Instagram, any social medias, and maybe there's some things which you don't really understand or things you've seen which you're not really too sure about. So this video is perfect for you guys. And even if you are a trader that's been trading for 6 months, a year, maybe this will clear up some things for you guys, or maybe just reinforce those ideas into your head. Obviously, if you are coming into Forex trading, into the industry from social media, there is a high chance that you've actually got into it based on these ads promising high returns, get rich quick schemes, just the Lambo lifestyle, so to speak. A lot of these people which are selling courses, doing signal groups, they are promoting it to you by selling you a lifestyle and saying that if you follow in their footsteps, you can have the same lifestyle and live the exact same way as they do. So obviously this isn't accurate in the slightest. Let's just start the video off by saying that. And on this channel, or on any of my channels, any of my social media channels, I'm not going to promote that lifestyle to you. I don't think that is good to promote to anyone in any industry, because if it was that easy, if you could just follow someone's advice or their trades and suddenly get, mega rich and have Lamborghinis, nice houses, everything, then everyone would do it. It's as simple as that. That is the first common misconception, that it makes you rich, that it is a get rich quick scheme. And I see why this happens. The majority of people in this industry are acting like that. So it's very difficult, if you are looking to learn about trading, to stay away from these people which are just promoting get rich quick schemes. And you often see it on channels which actually do the lifestyle videos. They're picking up new cars, they're spending 50 grand on a new renovation or something. They get more views than, let's say, these sort of videos which are talking about the reality of trading. On my Forex channel, I talk a lot about this, and I've noticed that the videos which are showing profits, so when I talk about the profits I've made from prop firms and I break down the trades and all the statistics behind it, that will get a lot more views than a video talking about how to backtest your strategy, how to develop a Forex strategy. It will get probably 10 times less views overall, especially in the first few days, the first few weeks. The views are terrible in comparison to, the larger profit titles, or if you're showing lifestyle in any sort of way. And obviously people that are in the industry, they see this and they're just basically, they have to make that sort of content to get the views which they're actually trying to get. And the more I talk about lifestyle, the more views they'll get and the more income they'll make from their courses, their groups, or anything like that. And I'm not going to say that Forex can't make you rich, because I've had months, days of trading which people would consider to make me rich. Having days when you're making over $50,000, obviously this is very, very good, but that's not at the start of your journey. If you're at the start of your journey, you have to expect to lose money. For the first 2 or 3 years, if you're not expecting to lose money, Forex is not for you. It's as simple as that. If you're not ready to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose, then Forex isn't for you. Even to this day, I still lose. It's inevitable. If Forex was easy enough where you can make 20% every single month for the rest of your life, then within 2 years, starting with a 10K account, you would be a billionaire. So if you see people online, they're claiming to make 20% every single month, or 30%, 40% a month consistently, just put it into a compound interest calculator, 20% per month, and then you guys will see the results, and you will see the absolute lunacy that people are actually preaching to you about trading and consistency within Forex. If they made 20% for a couple of years, why would they be trying to sell you a £20 a month group? Because they're clearly not making 20% a month. If I was making 20% every single month, you could just go to an investor, say, here's my track record, 20% every single month for 2 years. They'll literally give you so much money. It's not even funny. Even if you're making 5% a month consistently, you could probably go to a large investor if that is your style of trading. Myself personally, I'd rather trade with my own money. Obviously, you're making less profits. Overall, you're trading a lower capital size, but based on how I prefer to trade, I don't want to be risking other people's money when I can just risk my own. The second misconception is that Forex trading is exciting. And guys, I can tell you from experience, it's probably the most boring thing ever. I'd say it's only exciting if you're actually in a trade and if you find it too exciting, that you're craving the dopamine of actually being in a trade, you want to be seeing that profit and loss fluctuate, then you have a serious problem, and maybe you have a gambling addiction. The main thing which actually makes trading boring is the waiting aspect of it. I recently made a video on my main channel speaking about how patience is the most important skill you can master to become a very, very good trader. If you don't have patience, how can you wait for the perfect setup to come to you? If you don't have the patience to do that, you'll end up chasing your setups. You'll take setups which don't actually fit your plan, and you will just end up losing in the long run. If you have a plan and you don't stick to it, well, you shouldn't have a plan in the first place. It's as simple as that. Obviously, there is a thrill involved in entering trades, closing trades after you've had a big win, or if you've had a big loss. Obviously, you start feeling it. If you had a big loss, then you are more inclined to feel excited to then make back those losses. And after a big win or a series of big wins, you are then more inclined to want to trade more again and enter more to try and make even more profit. But I can tell you that it is quite boring. Majority of the day, if you are a single session trader, myself personally, I trade London session, so from 8 till 12 in the morning in the UK time. That's when I'm like looking at the charts for potential setups. But if I don't usually see a setup by like 10, 11, then majority of the time I will just call it a day, close the charts, maybe set an alert. But if it is after London session, then I'm not interested. So it does mean that the rest of the day you pretty much have nothing to do. That is why I make YouTube videos. I have other businesses, and this is when you should actually have hobbies. What I do, martial arts, I play golf, I love go-karting, I like playing tennis, and I love business. So I do a lot of business stuff as well outside of trading, because once my trading is done for the day, which is obviously my main income source, my main job, because I am a trader, obviously, I would do those other things. And let's say you have one or two hobbies. You can get very, very good at something. If you trade one session, your trading's done for the day. The rest of the day, you can just do whatever. You can go to the gym, you can go play tennis, you can go shopping, you can go on a walk, you can do whatever. It's as simple as that. But once you've done your work for the day, then you're done. But actually waiting for the setups is the part where it's very, very boring. The actual trading aspect is boring, but the lifestyle outside of trading can be very exciting, which is what people actually get mixed up. They think the actual process of being a trader, trading from the beach, trading by a pool is exciting, but that's obviously the lifestyle. The actual trading isn't exciting at all. Another one is large initial investment. And you'll often see people say, oh, you need 20 grand, 30 grand to start trading to make any money. And this is true if you want to do it full time. So you do need a large amount of capital if you want to trade full time, simply because if you want to make the same returns to actually pay your expenses without making ridiculous percentages per month, then you are going to want to have a larger account balance. But to actually start trading, you don't need a lot of money. I'd recommend 250, 500 pounds to start with. Obviously money that you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose 250 or 500 pounds from trading, do not trade, or save up until you do have that money spare to actually invest into your first trading account. But majority of trading accounts which you actually start with, if you're going with FCA regulated brokers, you have 1 to 30 leverage, which obviously means you can actually trade more than you have. But a lot of people actually go with brokers regulated in St. Vincent, Grenadines, or some random places overseas, which aren't obviously as safe, but people still go with them for some reason. And they obviously offer leverage from 1 to 100, 1 to 500. And I've seen some dodgy brokers which people use where they're getting 1 to 3,000 leverage. Obviously, don't put your money with these brokers, because the likelihood of you actually getting it back is very, very slim if you do actually try and process a withdrawal. But again, people will do it. But if I'm giving you advice, and what I would personally do myself, stick with FCA regulated all the way. You don't need high leverage. It will just tempt you to over risk. Whereas if you're using low leverage, 1 to 30, let's say, for example, then it kind of enforces the fact that you can't risk 25% on the trade. You can't risk 100% on a single trade. You have to risk 1%, 2% max maybe on that single setup. When I started trading, I didn't have large amounts of capital. I didn't have 20, 30k to actually start with. My first trading account was actually £700, which I traded to 2k, withdrew 1k, blew the rest. Obviously I was still in profit technically, £300. and then I just worked up from there. And if you are compounding, consistently depositing, making profits, depositing, and obviously increasing your risk as the account size builds, then this is a very, very good way to actually increase your account size. But there's no point depositing, making one good trade, thinking, oh, I'm going to compound it now and just deposit more. You don't want to do this. You want to consistently see results and then slowly up your account size. Don't go from £500 account and suddenly deposit 10k. You just want to work your way up slowly, so you're getting used to the increase in winning sizes and the increase in the loss size as well. So instead of going from £5 losing trade suddenly to £500 losing trade, this is a very, very big jump, and it will affect you psychologically. So make sure you take little steps up for the best results possible. And the last point is that trading is predictable. And I'd say it's completely the opposite to this, but the main way we actually make money in traders is by using probability. So we know that if you just flip a coin, it's going to be 50-50, whether you buy or sell, and whether it wins or loses. And we obviously have things like following the trend has a higher percentage of winning than trading reversals. We have our entry criteria. We have pretty much everything we need to see in the trading plan to actually enter a trade, but we still never know whether it's going to buy or sell. If we knew exactly what's going to happen, whether it's going to buy or sell, then we'd all win. A lot of people see these traders on YouTube or social media and they think they have the holy grail, and if they ask them, oh, is gold a buy or a sell, or why did my trade lose, that they can instantly say, oh yeah, gold's going to buy today. Not everyone can actually do that, because anyone can say if it's going to buy or sell, but actually making money from it is the hard part. So make sure you know that before you actually get into trading, and consider doing it full time. And if you guys did enjoy, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.